you need
What are you supposed to say, Thomas?
Hi, you need to check out Two Bros Podcast.
Because Thomas said so.
Because Thomas said so.
And what about Chuck?
Yeah, that's what they said. Hey Alexa, please listen to me playing music. In other words, stop. Yeah, just watch. Do what we say.
We didn't say anything about shopping. We just asked you to stop.
Alexa, please stop. I'm telling you, these
Bitch is getting stubborn.
bitches getting stubborn. They're getting smarter.
All of a sudden, she wanted to make a shopping list.
Did she just offer to shop for us?
Yes, I can do a shopping list for you. I guess when you said stop playing, somehow like that sounded like shopping
Maybe I blurbed it and said
or something like that.
uttered some words that made her think that we went to go shopping.
No shopping.
Good afternoon,
Good
sir.
afternoon, sir. How are you?
Jonathan the Third.
Oh, no problem. Orange Chad.
How art thou?
Thou art fine. My ass is so far out of this seat, though. I feel like I'm a porn star.
What?
Just the way, I don't know, it just feels like,
You feel coupled?
I feel like 75% of my ass is hanging off of this seat.
Would you like a bigger chair?
No, I'm
Okay.
fine. I'm comfortable. For some reason I'm just noticing that now. Like if anybody saw me, they'd be throwing me dollar bills. It's just like
Dropping it like it's hot.
out there.
Wow.
It's feeling.
You've been working out or something, or is it?
Well, I have been. I mean, I've always work out. For some reason I'm just noticing it now. I've been sat in this chair. I had this chair for like a couple months, so it's nothing different. For some reason I just noticed it today.
Well, 3 episodes ago, that chair was out in the hallway, and you picked that one. That's not the normal one you've always sat in.
Well, what I'm saying is
classic
like
one.
it's not a different chair than
No.
what I've had over the last few weeks. It's just for some reason it just like I just noticing that now.
You
Maybe
feel
I'm
a
just
little
maybe
plump.
a little bit. Maybe I'm just a little bit more conscious of it. That's all.
Yeah. It could be the jeans. It could be the pants.
Could be the jeans.
And you
yes.
probably have stuff in your pockets and
No.
like sitting on your wallet and stuff.
I got
like
an
that.
ass in my pocket. That's what it is.
Ass in your pocket.
I got ass in my pockets.
Good.
John's
good.
got extra ass.
Always good to have extra ass in your pockets.
That's right. I'm ready if the apocalypse comes. I'm good for a few weeks.
Ready for the ass-pocalypse. This is Two Bros Podcast, episode 91.
Dot.
For all of you losers, lovers, lames, and haters, we're vastly approaching the 100th episode.
Trying to figure out what to do for 100. Are we gonna do something special for it?
We need to. We need to do something for the centennial episode because it is quite special. And for those people who have entered the space of wanting to start a podcast or has said, what do I do? What do I... we're fortunate because we have 2 people, so we can kind of play off of each other.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are trying this for yourself, we see people looking for motivation. We see you looking for reasons to do it. And I think some of the other people have just done it shorter, make them quick, make them 20 minutes.
Quick, shorter, and just,
We sort of ramble on for about an hour, and if you could stomach us that long, you're in the game.
Absolutely.
We just got a new subscriber, too, just clicked on, and somebody just... So I wanted to give him a shout-out, but I forgot to print it out.
Son of a...
I was going to... Well, maybe...
So whoever you probably look it up.
I probably could. I just don't want to distract myself from now. I should have been prepared.
You should have.
I was going to write it down and say, hey, blah, blah, blah.
Well, but you wore a suit today. So.
I did, and what do you think? Would you like to see him in a suit? Would you like to see both of us in a suit?
Maybe we'll do that for the 100th episode. Maybe we'll get like dressed up.
Ties.
Maybe we'll do ties.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do
that would be
tuxedos.
nice. Yeah. Ooh, I have a tuxedo.
Let's do a tuxedo and just go to the shittiest dive bar that we can find.
Ooh, wouldn't that be fun?
And just do it like the exact opposite. I wanted to do that for our wedding pictures when we got married. I was trying to convince my wife to do these pictures of us
in a rotten bar.
Just like hanging out like at the bus stop. Like in my tux and in her wedding dress, and she didn't want to do it.
Oh,
but I thought that
so
was,
urban. So
I like dichotomies like that.
Yeah,
I like shit.
Yeah,
like
no,
that,
that's fun. That's fun. Shakes the crowd, shakes the trees.
Absolutely.
For sure, we'll get everyone rubbernecking
like what the.
Did she have on a? Is that a wedding dress?
I got at our wedding though. a funny thing that happened at our wedding. I don't know. You didn't come to the hotel afterwards.
I did not.
Okay. So at the hotel when we get there after our wedding.
Yep.
We get whisked away and they put us in a limousine and
Sure.
stuff like that, and we get to the hotel and it dawned on us as we were heading up there that none of us have our stuff.
Right.
Nobody has a wallet. We don't have our ID.
everything's somewhere
and stuff.
else.
Everything's
Right.
somewhere else. Somebody else has it, and they're going to be following us.
Right.
And it turns out that we get to the hotel first before anybody else.
Okay.
So as we're checking in, and the person who got the room for us, they did it in their name. So nobody knows of Teresa and John Whitfield showing up to a hotel after their wedding.
This was planned from someone else.
Right.
Okay.
So here we are at this hotel,
First one.
first
there.
to be there, trying to get into the hotel,
Tag you
can't
in.
get in,
Yeah.
and basically just have to wait for everybody else to get there. And we're sitting in the lobby, and we decide to sit outside the hotel waiting. And
Dressed.
I'm
You're dressed.
yes,
You're
in my tux, in her gown.
Bride and groom.
And we're just saying, you know what, this is the fucking perfect photo to take, and nobody's here.
Wow. Yeah.
It was like a perfect. I think I got a drink at the bar, and
A missed moment, huh?
just sat and we're just sitting there like waiting for everybody else to show up. And then when the girl shows up, who does it? She says, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." No. She called. She called the hotel and says, "Hey, these
They're
two
on their
people
way."
are showing
Yeah.
here that are going to be there," and like, "Oh, they're already here."
Right.
So there was
Yeah, we
a
kind
good
of-
like 20 minutes in which we
Wow.
were abandoned.
But usually the GM or someone at the front should have noticed you guys there and said, "Hey, something.
So, yeah.
We got to get these guys. They can't just sit here.
Yes.
They look exposed." You
Yes,
know.
like there's no, and
Yeah.
my argument was, look, why would we do this?
Right.
Why would we, like, we would just arbitrarily decide to like get dressed up in a
And-
tux and wedding, and her in a wedding gown.
Yeah.
Never mind, me in a tux is easy.
Yeah. No. It's
Her in a wedding gown is
a giveaway.
Is a
Dead giveaway.
That's that's a lot of effort.
Yeah. That's
know.
a dead giveaway, and it's like, oh gosh, hi.
Right.
We're here. Yeah. I mean, that's what we talked about before about service.
Yeah.
Just jumping in and taking the extreme and saying, "Hey, can we put you in our so and so room or in the back of the restaurant until people come?" Get you out of the front,
Get you- right,
Get you off
right.
the front street,
Right.
It's you always a.
It would have been that would have been great. It would have
Yeah.
been great. You should have been the GM of that hotel.
I know. It would have been great.
Hey, let's set you up. Let's set you up in here, or come into our lounge, or come into our.
I would have
dining
put you in a
area.
ballroom. I would
Yeah.
at least put you in an empty ballroom or
Yeah.
something. I would have found a room that was empty and just
Mm-hmm.
said, "Hey, I'm like, let's get you guys together. When your party gets here, we'll straighten everything
Yeah.
out and figure it out."
Meanwhile, chill. Take
Chill.
that bustier
Would you
off
like
if you need to.
Yeah, would you like a drink or
Yeah.
something? Get you,
Yeah.
something. Obviously, you were just married.
And it costs you nothing. And it will cost you
No,
nothing.
it costs you nothing.
Yeah.
But some people are creatures of protocol. Like they, it's fucked up when you get penalized for going above and beyond and taking those executive decisions. I just remember an earlier time in 90s and 2000s when that was like, dude, I don't pay you to think. Just do what I say. You know?
Right.
Now it's more like, hey man, we need everything goes. Now it's really we need all hands on deck.
Well, we made that transition, right? Didn't we? Like, cause earlier, like probably like around the time you started, it
Yeah.
was a whatever you need business, and then like numbers came in and people started crunching numbers and stuff like that, and it seemed like it became more of a protocol
Yeah.
type business, and now like as you said, we're trying to transition back to service.
Well, 9/11 for sure did it for us. Like 9/11 was, holy shit. We don't know when the next big event's coming.
Right.
Tourism dropped dramatically, and we had to be super nice to everyone. It was like, hey, this is take every opportunity to engage with the customer,
Right.
find out what their needs are, and if we don't have it, we'll get it. So out of chaos comes some order, right?
Yeah.
So this is the classic,
Oh, I love
perfect
that.
case of,
That's such a
but it's real.
beautiful thing to say. No, you're right. Yeah,
It
absolutely
really
right.
happened. I mean,
Out of chaos comes order. Yes.
and no one would think that that's the ramification of it. No matter what the circumstances was, these people lost their life. Whatever the conspiracy and everything is, these things, people were affected. Businesses were affected.
Right.
Service was affected. So now you had to retool. You had to go back and go, oh shit, we don't know how. Because before that, times were great. Money was flowing. I mean, business. We had Morgan Stanley were doing $150 a plate for dinner for lunches.
Just whatever.
Whatever, and it was like 100 pounds of steak, this and that, salmon. We were ordering everything off. It was just forever coming. When 9/11 happened, everything was like, wait, how much is steak? So can we get the top round and not the rib? So we do half ribeye and top round, and the chef used to like mix blends and try to make sure the customer was satisfied.
Came a little more conscious.
Came a little bit more cost conscious. So you are correct. Out of chaos did come some order. In its reality.
Yeah. That's right.
Tough to see it for real when it's tough to see these things happening when they happen. You got to look back and go, wow, that.
You need some time.
Well,
you need to be outside of it a little bit. Like kind of like in the middle of like this thing that's going on with this coronavirus.
Yeah.
This ain't no fucking joke. There's a guy I used to coach him in youth football. He plays football in China. And this dude sending pictures of people like passing out in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And this is not no fucking. I mean,
no.
They've restricted travel. I think if you're in certain provinces, matter of fact, I think all of China, no travel in or out of China.
Well, since it's the Chinese New Year, it couldn't happen at a better time, because during the Chinese New Year, China's pretty much shut down, right? So, for industry wise, we're going, whoa, glad it's Chinese New Year, because we weren't expecting anything anyway. So there's no containers coming.
Okay.
There's no shipments coming during this gestation period.
Okay.
So that may be a good thing. Don't know if it's planned that way. I don't know. It's like seems oddly weird that it happens then, but you never know. I just watched a Netflix documentary called Pandemic or something like that.
I saw that. I was flipping
pretty
through
good.
some stuff, and I was gonna sit there, but then Miles started playing.
Pretty good. It's a little doomsday-ish. It's a little, prep like doomsday preppery kind of. But these CDC and all these. Now, oddly enough, the young lady who's I think the first episode got into this field from the movie Outbreak with Dustin Hoffman and
it was Gwyneth Paltrow, I think, was in it.
Yes. No, it was the girl that played.
Matt Damon was in it. And,
no. This is Dustin Hoffman and
I'm thinking
Cuba
of something
Gooding
else.
Jr.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else. There was another movie.
Yes.
About something like this, but yes.
This is the one with the monkey, with the monkey that spit in the guy's mouth and then it just spiraled out of control.
This was a little bit more sensational.
Yes.
There was another movie that came out. I can't remember what the name of it was, but it was a little bit more. It was a little bit more grounded in reality.
Yeah, that's the Matt Damon one. That's the Matt Damon.
I can't remember the name of that movie, but yes, Outbreak. Yes. So you said the woman was influenced by.
She was influenced by the movie so much that she set a career path for herself to get into this field, and she's like one of the top, CDC people or whatever. Yeah. And she does mention that it's not a matter of if, but when. It's gonna happen. Yeah. She said it's gonna happen. She said for two reasons. One, we're constantly trying to find cures for things. In doing that, we create other viruses.
Okay.
And so, but there's no other way to do it, right? There's no other way to fight the flu without the flu, right?
Right.
So they've been trying to come up with this multi-flu virus flu shot that has every flu strain since the 60s. And she has vials from the 60s, like a flu virus, like still incubating and like you have that? Like should have killed it, I would think. And so it's really weird that all these, I guess that world, the disease and it is you got to fight that fight, but man, human trial. Oh, and the other guy there's another story about another guy who created his own. He's creating like his own virus or something like that. Oh, well, this is the guy creating this new virus, and he's like in Guam or something like that, and it's cheaper to operate. He was trying to do it here. They were blowing through cash. They were going through all these. It's a huge, and it was like, look, we just don't want the big pharma money. We want private money. but we can't get enough private money. You
Right,
know, so it's a catch-22. It's a really slippery slope and sticky. When you look at big pharma, when you look at the big guys and the big medicine companies and like Johnson and Johnson,
Yeah. Yeah.
they could do something. They have so much money that they could, you know, invest in the cure or the main one.
Well, but we say that with the assumption that that thing exists.
True.
So we say that as if it exists, we just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so that's, I mean, for as much shit as we give, you know, big pharmaceutical companies and stuff like that, I mean, they do a tremendous amount of work.
Yeah.
Yes, they are profit driven, and so when it comes to giving out a buck or taking a buck, they're going to take a buck.
Right.
So that's what gets in the way, but let's not, you know, obscure ourselves from the fact that they actually do a lot of
No,
great
I get
work,
it.
and they do fund a lot of tremendous research that we need. Like if what we're experiencing now
with this new disease
happened,
what's it called? The coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Yeah.
If this happened, yeah, no. I was thinking about showing up, but I was like, no, that's kind of like maybe
Tasteless.
bad taste. But if this would have happened like 150 years ago,
Yeah.
it might have been like, we might have been like down a path to which we would not have been able to see what was going on
Yeah.
until it was until it was like everywhere.
So interestingly enough about this documentary, they brought up a point where this 1920 disease or whatever, this flu we had, this pandemic, the last one we had, okay, cholera or whatever the fuck it was, and the amount of people, like a lot of people died, you know, from this. I think it was 1912 or something like that, but they emphasized on how it spread because they were weirded out because there wasn't travel. There wasn't overnight travel. You couldn't get to China in a day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for it to go from Asia to here, the way it popped up faster than it would now if we have all these means of travel and etc. And then the other girl says, "Well, we also have more soap. Like we wash our hands.
We wash
like,
our
you
hands
know."
more, and we probably detect things more.
Well,
Like professionals probably see things at a much lower level than maybe in 1920. So maybe in 1920, you didn't have the opportunity to say, "Hey, at this level here, we notice something going on, and we need to alert people." We can only do that when it gets to here.
Yeah, well, I would have to assume that it's all about tainted water supply and waste. Like we mentioned last show.
Waste, yeah.
People bathing in the same river they washed, cut off a head of a pig, you know, same water. So I would have to believe it's either water supply or something went in the atmosphere and then burned down in like an acid rain type, and it carried it.
That's sensational.
No, but acid rain you get acid rain every day.
Yes.
That's just a chemical.
Yes.
We don't mean scorching hot and flaming fucking hot Cheetos flying out of the sky.
Hot Cheetos.
No, not that kind of acid rain. It's just, you know, some theory that people have that there's enough bacteria that can, in the climate, you know, it becomes a stew. You know, we get that warm humidity.
Okay.
And that
a perfect scenario for which that thing can like get up in there and
it
survive.
can be airborne. Like
Right.
if you saw fog, right? Mm-hmm. Fog, like a daily fog, like you go outside and there's fog from here as far as you can see.
Right.
Imagine it carrying something. Imagine
Yes.
and you breathe it and you, what's this? And all of a sudden you get a cold and you get a cold and you get a cold.
That's what apparently is making this very, very dangerous because it is airborne.
Yeah, it's airborne.
It's airborne. It's not like Ebola, or it's not like some of the other viruses that had to be like somehow contact had to be made.
Donald Sutherland was the bad army general in Outbreak, and
oh, was he?
Yeah, because it was him and Morgan Freeman and
okay. I don't remember Outbreak too much.
That was the best one.
It was. I just remember like skits and like.
It was the best. I mean, I liked it because it had the high profile act. Renee. Not Zellweger.
Zellweger?
Is it Zellweger? The one that played Mel Gibson's wife in Lethal Weapon. Renee Russo. Yeah, she was Dustin Hoffman's wife.
Okay.
Ex-wife.
All right.
And she pricked herself with a needle. It was like, fuck! Oh, shit! Like by accident, giving a guy a thing, and he jumped and caught her finger and was like, fuck!
Damn it, you're dead.
But they fixed a lot of shit with duct tape in that.
Absolutely. It's like wrap
Duct tape
people up.
everywhere.
Speaking of duct tape,
Yeah.
I have no segue.
Oh, well, it's sticky.
That's it.
And it's used for just about everything. No segue. Wow. I went to a cigar bar yesterday.
Oh, did you really? Which one?
Right here, Havana Hut,
Oh, okay.
next door to Caracos.
You like it?
I did not smoke, of course.
Okay.
So I
Well,
don't
you
know why
don't
the
sm- you
fuck I
don't
was in
smoke.
there. Well, I don't smoke.
Well, but you went there with your partners? Or?
Yeah, but my friends are moving out of the state. They're leaving. They're going to Atlanta, to the great Atlanta.
Another one.
Yeah, we lost another one.
We're losing another one.
And they decided to have a little farewell kind of get together or whatever else. And I like that spot. Though.
Did you like it?
I did. It's just I couldn't fucking breathe.
Oh.
I mean,
Does it really bother you?
I mean, I'm saying, I would think that in a place like this where you can smoke indoors and it's all clogged in, I don't think that people want to just inhale it all. I think you want to blow and smoke and you want it to be vaporized. Like,
Well,
you want it to ventilate out.
They don't have a...
It didn't seem to be fucking functional. Like,
It's not...
no.
Oh, okay.
But it's nice. There's games, there's backgammon, there's fucking dominoes. There's a plethora of a stack of red cups. You can bring your own bottles. You know, you're not really supposed to have too much of your own cigars in there.
See, if I want to... See, this is the problem I have with cigar bars.
Yeah.
And that is, like, if I want to find... Right.
But they gotta have the assortment you want.
Yeah, it's gotta have the assortment that you want, and also it's gotta hit that mark where it's upscale enough. I don't want to drink out of red cups. I don't want to drink out of red solo cups and bring my own shit. I want to sit. I want to drink a nice bourbon. I want it to be in a rocks glass. I want to, you know what I'm saying? But that means you're coming out of pocket a little bit more, and I don't want to come out of pocket too much.
So they had both. There's a Chinaware. There's a whole kitchen. It's nice. I mean, I think of 10 ways I could have did this place a little better.
Okay.
Just ergonomic wise. I mean, fuck. Big leather chairs, back to back.
Okay.
And it's like the fucking you remember in the Matrix, or not the Matrix, when everybody's plugged up to the machine, you know, and it's like you know, everybody's like, and watching games and sports and stuff, and which is cool. But you could have had the ergonomics a little bit more serene.
Okay.
Where maybe we had too many people with us and we just took over the place. So the kitchen is there, all the glassware is there. You can get rock glasses. There's an ice maker there. It's pretty fucking cool.
Okay.
You want to drink, you help yourself, and it's honor system. You bring it up to the guy and you pay. You know, there's tons of sodas and beverages and all that stuff in there.
You have to be a member?
No.
Okay.
Let's just walk right in. I mean, it was open hours. It wasn't bad. It's right behind White Castles.
Okay.
And clearly, where you going for the after eats? White Castles. So
now the smoke really bothers you, right?
It doesn't bother me. No, it doesn't bother me. I just don't enjoy it.
Okay.
I just don't enjoy it. I just don't have fun smoking it because I come from the weed culture where I'm trying to inhale it.
And you can't inhale cigars.
And I'm ready to die. So that's what I felt like last night. I was like, wait a minute. All right, this is getting a little out of hand. So, I had I just shirt up, trying to filter it out a little bit. And I wet it, which was, I thought was smart. I just wet the bottom of my T-shirt, and then just kind of held it over. But I didn't want to be that guy that's like, why are you here if you can't?
If you're not partaking.
Yeah, I didn't want to be that guy. And I went to the guy from the front and I said, look, I'll patronize, I'll spend money, and but I don't smoke. And he was like, all right, well, I'm here celebrating with friends. And he said, not a problem, man. Like, enjoy yourself, But that place is owned by the MTA. He told me.
Owned by the MTA.
Yes, he said the facility is owned by MTA, and I said, how do you guys do this? How do you get away with this? I thought smoking's like illegal. Like what? This fucking thing was like, it was like, wow, this is. I mean,
so it's owned by the MTA. So do they lease it from the MTA?
I don't know how that works. He just told me. I said, how do you get away with it? He said, well, we're owned by the MTA, and no one fucks with us. That was it. Enough for me. Said,
oh, okay. All right.
I guess so.
All right.
I guess so, because it's underneath the tracks. It's underneath the the L.
Okay.
A cool little spot, man. Havana Hut.
Maybe we'll go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a nice cigar, but there's a couple. There's like a couple in Rockville Center. There's
Yeah.
There's another one as you leave Valley Stream. I think there's
Yes,
one.
yes. A couple of the guys go there to that one. But this one was rather nice. They had a nice room, a humidor room. They had tons of selection. They had that like flathead you get all the time. Do you get that flathead?
What do you mean by flathead?
The cigar. Did you ever have that?
A flathead? No.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing I call
maybe
it a
not you.
flathead. Have to look at it.
It's huge. Maybe it's fathead.
Oh, it could be a fathead. It could be a fathead. Yeah, some get too big.
I swore it said flathead.
Some get too big.
Yeah, so
Well,
nice place. I was drenched in fucking smoke.
Yeah, it stays with you a couple days.
So the fuck, I came down, went right into the laundry room, took my shit off, threw it in the machine right away, and like scrubbed my hair and was like,
You know how bad it is when you leave. When
Yeah.
you leave and then you, like you said, you get in your driveway and all of a sudden, holy shit, I still smell the same smoke that I
yeah.
had.
And a couple of guys had like some Johnny Walker. I mean, everybody was really bourbon-y, and I'm a vodka guy, so I was like, and-
Everything you're doing is wrong for
right,
me.
right. So I was clearly
Weed and vodka.
right. I clearly didn't want to be the guy. I didn't want to be the guy who stops the party and has to adjust to me. Or I should have brought my own. We just came there on a whim, like, hey, Beasley's having something over here. Let's go. And we'll go by.
Sometimes those are the best things, though.
It was actually
Like,
pretty
sometimes
cool.
when you plan stuff,
Yeah.
it's almost like never like what it's supposed to be.
No, it was
and everybody wants it to be hyped. Yo, let's get it started.
Yeah.
No, just hey, let's go over here to this spot. And chill for a bit.
And I hate caravan events like when we all got to drive and be in sync and stay together. When people say I'll follow you, no, just get there. Don't follow me, because I may veer off to go look at sunglasses. I don't know. Maybe I
might be hungry. I might go grab something to eat first.
I may get a pizza.
Whatever.
Maybe
I may chick keep blowing up my phone and whatnot. I gotta do anything.
I may just pull over to answer my phone, and they pull up next to me, and they're like,
they're waiting.
like, don't follow me.
No, just be there.
Just get the address with Waze and Google Maps and everything you have, man. You can find it, man.
Well, there's no excuse now to not be anywhere.
Yeah.
There's no like. It's almost a detriment now, because before you'd have to like use a little. Okay, well, this is going west, so I have to turn here. Maybe if I turn here, it's by the railroad tracks. So let me follow the railroad tracks down. Now there's like no excuse to like be anywhere. You can just plug it in your damn phone.
And this one was so easy. It was, guys, go to the White Castle. The next corner, make the left. It's right there. It's like on the. Don't go any further. As soon as you make the left, it's right there.
Don't think about it.
Just
go.
And somebody blowed up the phone. Where y'all at? Where's this place at? Where?
Well, I thought you meant the right past when we go past the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, he went past the thing and then went to the next street, and I was like, block off next door to Caraco. Right side bed, kangaroo. Could have set all this other shit on fire. Oh man, yeah. So that was fun. It was spur of the moment, and yeah, not too bad.
That's good. Nice cigar bar. Cigar bars are cool.
Yeah, they are cool. I then began to think about tinkering something and saying, what can I come up with that would help a guy like me that doesn't smoke but doesn't want to be,
left out.
Yeah. And I thought, this is just a thought, like, why does like Juuls, right? Like the vape pens and why do they all have to have oils and all that other stuff? I mean, what if you just wanted pure oxygen? Like something with an oxygen stick.
Because it would blow up.
Well, somehow, some way, right? There's got to be a way. Everything's not always a combustible. Something refreshing that's not an oil or a fucking addictive nicotine or anything else. So I'm thinking to myself, so here's what I did. I had my bottle of water, right? And I had the bottle of water, and I stuck a straw in it, and I poked a hole in the side, right?
Okay.
So I'm blowing through the air, through the bubbles. I basically made a bong.
Right.
I made a bong for myself, and just to get air clean through the water. Like I was blowing air through
fresh air bong.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So don't steal my fucking idea, you fuckers.
Hey, we shouldn't have said it.
I know.
It doesn't matter because New York State won't let you do it any fucking way because now they're all the
demonizing all vapes.
Demonizing all vaping, all the flavored ones, except, of course, the tobacco flavored.
Tobacco flavored ones. Ooh, you can get Marlboro vapors.
Isn't that interesting?
Lord
and
Cuomo.
and nobody, and if you ask any official, like
They don't know why.
well, okay, so where did these these things that have been harming people and whatnot, where did they come from? They don't have an answer because it's all black market shit. It was all black market shit. I remember when this first started happening, when like people were claiming to get sick and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and a lot of people were getting sick, and the first thing, my first response was, oh my God, we need to stop this. We never said it was safe. But then I started listening, and I'm like, wait a minute, nobody's saying where they got this from.
Right.
And okay, so now you're gonna just say you're gonna start banning it. Well, how come you haven't contacted any of these companies
Propaganda.
to say, hey, we think your product is unsafe?
Right. Let's get in there and regulate.
Right. Let's give them the
let's tweak it.
opportunity. Right. Give them
Right.
the opportunity to say, no, our product is safe. Blah blah blah. We passed this
bad,
test and
bad.
blah 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 blah. And then you come to find out, well, all of this shit is like black market stuff.
Right. They just wanted to fucking.
Right.
They just wanted to stop the fucking. We're not getting any parts of this. There's no regulation, no taxes.
Right.
These guys are evil. They're selling you fucking junk.
Right. So basically, you've crippled a legit business.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because you didn't think of it first.
Yeah. That's pretty much right. So who the fuck they think they are?
That's how they do these days.
Using capitalism to run shit. Who the fuck do they think they are?
Write that down. No.
Who
Write
the
that.
fuck do they
Write that down. Get these guys over there.
Get these motherfuckers. Get them.
I don't know if you remember a few episodes back. I talked about the Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect.
Yeah, we spoke about that. Maybe in the 50s, somewhere around there. I can't find it where we said it.
Please remind me what the Mandela effect.
So the Mandela effect is a series of there's about 40 or 50 things that you remember as a youth, but there never were that. You just imagined it and you thought it was such.
And you accept it as being
You've accepted
the truth.
it as truth.
Oh, okay.
And they're minuscule, so they don't bother you.
Right.
There's no real. It's a lot of who give a shit.
Right.
You know. And so the reason they call it the Mandela effect is that several years ago, George Bush had said that Mandela was dead, and made a speech and said, "Well, with the late Mandela would have thought and fought for peace, and he wasn't dead yet
at the time."
And they were like, "Oh, it was a mistake. We thought he was dead, and he was just released from prison, and
Right.
but he wasn't dead yet.
Okay.
He just recently died. So like Billy Graham, right?
Okay.
Billy Graham is one. Remember him, the
Yes.
TV evangelist.
Yes.
When do you think he died?
I can't remember.
A while ago.
Yes.
Died in 2018.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
See, this is what I'm saying. These little things. So, someone has elaborated on it and created a movie about it. It's called The Mandela Effect. They made a movie, a sci-fi movie,
Okay.
and embellished it to the point of it's a matrix, like a plan. It's a
Well, let me stop you there for
Yes.
a second, because I think we have to be careful about saying something is a Mandela effect, because a Mandela effect is basically a statement that you accept as truth, and you allow that to carry forward into
Yes.
into what you believe to be what
Well-
you believe to be true.
well,
it's
you-
not necessarily that you have maybe assumed bad information, because like the thing about the example you gave about Billy Graham is just I don't know when he died.
right. Exactly. That's
So
what I mean.
that's not like I didn't believe he died a certain time,
Right.
and it was like wrong.
Let me keep going.
please.
So remember the children's book with the family of bears?
Three Little Bears.
No,
the Goldilocks.
No, there was a family of bears, the Berenstein Bears.
Berenstein Bears. Okay.
Okay, so everyone remembers this book, but not really detail, right? You don't remember the
Correct.
kid, you don't know.
Correct.
But I remember it being the Berenstein, and we even made jokes that they were Jewish, because of the name Steen. you
Okay.
know? It's not Steen, it's Stain.
Berenstein. Bears?
Berenstain Bears.
Stain Bears?
Stain.
Oh, it's spelled Stain.
AIN.
Okay.
All my life thought it was Stein, and even made jokes about it being Stein.
So
So this is where they say, hey, you've created a falsehood of your own and believed it
Okay.
from a mistake
Okay.
or a shortened memory or a nullified memory. So that's why they call it this Mandela effect, that futures have been you've changed things in life that you made it. Let's just say a simple joke about it.
Okay.
Jewish bears, you know, that would be funny.
That would be funny.
But it's
hilarious
But it's
now.
not funny because it's not
funny
Stein.
because they're not Stein.
It's
They're
Stain. Exactly.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
For instance, Jiffy, right?
The peanut butter.
Peanut butter,
Okay.
right? So people remember it being Jiffy.
Okay.
And now it's shortened as Jif.
Okay.
It was never Jiffy. It was always just Jif.
Really?
See, this is the
It was always
Mandela.
Jif.
It was never Jiffy. You had Jiffy popcorn. You had other things. So your brain fused this together to give you this Mandela effect. That's why they call it that.
Okay. I got it.
Okay, so now the embellishment of the movie goes into talking about how this is a code that was written and people went back and changed things and you still remember the old way, so you feel like you're crazy, you know. And,
Okay.
And someone went back and, you know, changed Hot Tub Time Machine. They changed something and that was the effect of it. But you still remember it being Bear
That's the
Stein.
movie.
That's the movie.
Okay, all
That's
right.
the embellishment
Okay.
of the movie. And this guy goes into, he's a video game programmer. He decides he loses his daughter she fell off the ocean or something or whatever. And he figures he can go back and code and bring his daughter back.
Okay.
Because he figured out if it means that, then what if I did this?
You did this in reverse.
And he
Reverse.
inserted
So
some
reverse engineering.
Yeah. And then shit started shifting and moving and you know, cups started digitizing in front of him and he fucking tapped into the Matrix with a Commodore 64. This is what happens. You know?
Why they stopped making those things?
Indeed.
That sounds interesting.
It was pretty fun. It was
Yeah.
a pretty fun movie, yes. I've seen quite a few movies. Tyler Perry's Fall from Grace.
I've seen that a couple. Like not seen it, but I've seen like
Seen
the
it
advertisement.
advertised. With Felicia Rashad.
Oh, is that who's in it? Felicia Rashad.
Yes. And I won't spoil anything, but she plays a weird character,
Okay.
which you know you think of her as Miss Huxtable, you know.
Yeah.
And for her to play this wicked part,
That's good.
It's great.
That's good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good that it goes. Ooh, you know, it gives you that. Oh shit! This
We
is
forget these people are actors.
yes.
We forget like they play roles. They're pretending.
Right. But you know, we get so pigeonholed into this sweet character that we used to them playing for
Yeah.
years. And you know, to see them play out of character is fantastic. You know, you love seeing people really,
That's good.
you know, get into.
So you think it was pretty good? Fall from Grace.
Fall from Grace was
yeah.
awesome.
Is it a series or a movie?
No, so everyone keeps saying that. Oh, it's a Netflix series, and it's one movie. It's just a 2-hour
Okay.
movie. And
Nice.
on top of that, went to Friday. My wife and I went to Black Spectrum Theater.
Okay.
Went to see Black Love.
Was that good?
It was good
Oh, okay.
because my godson was in it. My godson Jared Davison, who's a phenomenal actor. I mean, he's really on the rise.
Okay.
You'd be proud of him. He's like, he takes it seriously. The play was a 50-year-old play from the Black Spectrum Theater
Okay.
that was reincarnated from the writer and there's a lot of passion and stuff driven behind it, I guess. But there's that letdown from and I have to be careful because I don't want to choke the art.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to choke it by being critical. The art was there. The intention was there. The stage was the set, the scene, dope. You know, everything worked out. And to be at the Black Spectrum Theater, you're home, you're in your
Yes.
neighborhood, a beautiful thing. And we could use more of that. You know, we could use
Okay.
more of those plays that just keep you off TV. You know, how would you like to go to a play every month and see something creative?
Right.
You know, that's fun. And we made a date night out of it. You know, we just made
Right.
a night, went to the,
Which is
we
nice.
we had dinner, and you know, but my godson's in it, and he played a hell of a role, played a couple of roles in it. But my criticism comes from my microwave intention. Like I want it fast. I want everything.
Okay.
I want TV. You know, my thirst for this fast. Give me everything, and less imagination, which is what I had to remove myself from wanting so much more from it. And it's a play, like you know. But the one thing I will say that really disturbed me,
Uh-oh.
yeah, which is you can't get away from nigga shit. No matter what. And these are old people.
Stage or audience?
This is the audience, man. The common thing of the shit that's going on. Okay. Number one, in a movie, it's worse because it's like they don't fucking hear you.
Right.
But in a play, they do hear you. And you throw them off. You can throw them off. It depends on how good they are. But some of them were kids. Some of them
on stage, you hear everything.
I'm sure. So the lady a little bit in front of us said something like a comment based on the line in the thing. And she got a laugh from everyone in the audience. That was her green light to fucking comment the entire play. And I was telling my wife, was like, oh, God. I said, well, she just got her green light because she got her audience. She found she's part of the play.
So now it's about her.
Yeah. And she just kept commenting I wanted to seriously say, shut the fuck up. Like,
fucking cunt. Just ruined the day.
She ruined it. She ruined it for real. And because it made it very uncomfortable. Now she wanted to have a one-liner for every, I bet he didn't think about that way. And then she wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
She just would not stop.
And the sad part, well, I shouldn't say the sad part is, her life is probably ultra fucking boring.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
gonna go home and decide which cat she's gonna fuck. Like she's gonna.
Oh gosh.
No, but that's
it was
horrible.
Sad. It was horrible
when it gets messed up like that.
Yeah. So.
God damn it.
But I digress to the people who ran the event. Obviously the theater itself, and they they came up with the ground rules and the whatever else. You have to emphasize that very specifically and have repercussions to it. You have to throw the little light and say, "Excuse me, sir, could you?
Yes,
we need to remove you."
Yes,
but just tell people you will be removed if you're a distraction to the piece. The actors are our utmost priority and their safety and et cetera else.
Right.
So
allowing them to do their thing.
Yes, let them do their thing, or we'll kindly ask you to remove yourself.
Right.
Or so, and that's the thing that didn't happen when she got a role. It was like, oh my God, I wish someone would see this, that she's on a roll and she won't stop.
Somebody needed to step in and say, "Excuse me, ma'am."
Ma'am, she could have went right to her ear. It didn't have to be public.
Yeah.
It could have been, "Excuse me, can you keep your comments till after the." And then she would, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And then she would have got checked.
Right.
And then wouldn't have did it again. But since she got the laugh, then she got the chuckles, then everyone started going in with it. And yes, it was funny, but it was inappropriate.
It wasn't a space. It wasn't the place for it.
It wasn't the place for it.
It wasn't the place for it. And if you did it in a comedy show, the comedian would shut you down.
Yeah.
And embarrass you.
Yeah. Well,
and if you didn't shut up, you'd get kicked out.
Right.
If you went to a professional stage and did that,
right,
they'd stop.
You'd usher. Yeah.
They'd stop. I've been in shows in which the people on stage have looked down and said, "Shut the fuck up." And this is, these are like, I've seen Lawrence Fishburne did that.
Ooh.
Lawrence Fishburne did it. Say, "Yo, turn your fucking phone off."
Ooh, yeah, that one is that's
and shit like that. And then, but he's a veteran and he can do that and then get back in
and, pull back
and then do his thing,
character.
and then it's not an issue. And as a matter of fact, when he did that, everybody applauded.
Yeah,
because this was a jerk who's on his fucking phone and he was like, "I'm on call."
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Then why are you here?
Yeah, exactly. Why are you here? Oh, sit in the back.
Yeah,
yeah.
No,
That's
kudos to those who have the and then there's some people that just never experience. They don't know. The naivete of, I don't know how to act in a play. I don't know what I'm supposed to do or not do.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But this is what I don't understand. Why then, if you are in an environment to which you don't know what the protocol is,
right?
Why then is your default dick?
Yeah.
Why can't your default just be the exact opposite and just be demure and maybe quiet and maybe and then at the end, hey, you could have been rambunctious and loud and showed us your titties and all that stuff like that. Oh, okay, that was the case. But then just to assume that, okay, well, for me to feel comfortable, I got to be a jerk. True. This moment, that's what I don't get.
True. And then there was a guy sitting next to me, to my right. My wife and Jared's parents were to the left of us. And the guy to the right, his girl was sitting, his girl or daughter, I really didn't even look. But every line they said, oh, what he said, "Do you go into the store?" She says, "Yes, that's what he said." Oh, okay. Oh, why'd he say that? He's commenting on every line, and she's like, "I'm watching it with you." Like,
yes,
it's
we're seeing the same
now.
thing.
It's happening now.
There's no translator.
Like, let it be over with, and then soak it all in. Like, oh, what he said? He's getting on the elevator. yes, that's what he's doing, Dad. Or I think maybe it was his father or whatever, because the girl looked pretty young.
Uh-huh.
But every line, and I'm like, I just can't. I can't.
Like your head was
I
gonna
can't.
explode.
I mean,
Can you not hear? Is that what it is?
Yeah, maybe.
Can you just?
Maybe that's what it was, and he just couldn't hear it. But it's just weird. Like, it's when people are not used to certain things. That's a good comment you made. Like, why is that your default to be
rude?
to be rude
yeah.
and rambunctious? And,
Yeah, why can't your default be a gentleman?
just shut up?
Just be a lady.
No,
Just be quiet.
and sit for the time
Right.
it is. I get it. It's long. So that at best you should get up and go to the bathroom. That's
Right.
At most,
Right.
And if you got a bladder problem and you get up more than some people, you should be sitting on the ends,
Sitting
or
in
you
the
should
end,
be
sitting towards the rear.
yeah. So it was just disheartening and for
Well, that's a
folks
shame.
to really. And that show's gonna go on for a couple of weeks. I mean, it's gonna play for.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna play it for like I think a week or 2 weeks or all of next week, I think.
Okay.
And there's a young lady releasing a book there on Thursday. So Thursday's performance will have another young community. But I love to see community stuff. I love when
Okay.
community really shows out and has talent and really.
Next Thursday, somebody's releasing a book, huh?
Yeah, there's a young
Okay.
lady there releasing a book, and it's supposed to be about. He said it and I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah, it was something I was interested in, but it wasn't enough for me to get there Thursday. Stop
Okay.
my other appointment and pay another ticket.
I'm
Yeah, yeah.
not gonna do this again.
And the Black Spectrum Theater,
Been around forever.
yeah, 50 years. It's been celebrating its 50th year.
50?
50.
Wow.
Yeah. And the worst part about it, though, is the parking situation from the Roy Wilkins Park, which you've played football there and know how it's set up. So everyone parks on the grass, like in the back, and it's dark back there.
Yes.
It's really dark. The problem was the Parks Department was like, everybody's got to move their car after everyone parked. Like, where were you when when
when
people
were showing up.
people showing up
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, where do we park? Where do we park?"
Yeah.
And you're going, just let them go. And then they came and said, "Everybody, move your car."
Yeah, and it's not conducive to like everybody can't leave at once. So
Right.
you really do need like a string of people to leave, and then another string can leave, and then another string
Yeah,
can leave.
and it did. And so there was a bunch of cars left on the thing, and they were like, they're in the play. Like these are the people on
Yeah.
stage. They can't come out.
They can't move.
They can't move. They're in the play.
Okay, so shit
So,
like that. It's
Take it
a
easy.
little bit
It's
better.
grass. It's in the winter. And I get the young lady was just like, "I'm doing my job." And y'all just mad at me. I'm just doing my job. Okay, we get it. You've done your job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We're all safer.
Because of you.
Because of you. Yeah, man.
Tis all safer now because of you.
In the worldwide world of sports, you got the Super Bowl coming up
Super Bowl's coming up. There's that bullshit going on today, the Pro Bowl.
today.
Which
That's in Orlando, right?
I don't know. It's in
To Florida. It is in Orlando.
It's one of those things that I really don't care about. It's like somebody called it football. I said no, it's not football. It's kind of it's like taking your cousin out on a date. It's like, okay, it might be a female, but it's really like what do you expect to see?
But wait, is it all stars? Is it people from different teams?
Yeah,
It's a bunch of kids
people get voted on. Like the NFL votes on who they think the top wide receivers are and
Okay.
all that stuff like that. And
Okay.
and they basically just hang out.
Yeah.
And you play
Exhibition,
a football game.
it's like-
it's
like a tournament,
it's like sort of like a way to cap the end of the season.
Yeah.
Talk about how great this person was, and this person was overlooked, and all that stuff like that. The only people who aren't there are the people who are in the Super
The
Bowl.
big names, yeah.
the people who are in the Super Bowl.
Right. You're
Yeah,
playing,
'cause
obviously.
You got other shit to do.
Got
You
shit to do. Two
you know,
teams.
you do playing.
What's with the XFL?
I have no idea. I have no idea. It's supposed to be a new league.
Yeah.
Starting up. I think is it
March.
Is it WWE? Is it Vince McMahon's league again, or is somebody else?
I think it's someone else.
Is running it.
It's
Okay.
total. I mean, I saw. Listen, I look at the printing side of it. I'm like, oh, maybe we're gonna get I get print uniforms, and people gonna want the logos. People gonna want merch and stuff like
Right.
that. But this happened last year again. It was another. They had like another arena style football. I remember we had the New York Street or something like that.
Well, this isn't arena football. This is like
No, I know it was another league.
Football, yeah.
This is real football. It's played at the stadiums.
Yes.
It's at MetLife. It's at Dolphin Stadium. It's at the stadiums.
They got. I mean, a lot of money's behind it. Who's behind it? I don't know. I don't know.
XFL.
I haven't paid attention to it.
So I thought when I first heard the name, I thought it was going to be XFL, like the big three X players. I thought it was going to be X football players.
Oh, okay.
The older guys,
Okay.
and play a smaller game,
I don't want to see older guys.
I get it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly.
Don't hit me so hard.
No, that doesn't work.
That's flag. That's like you and Grandpa throwing balls.
Yes, exactly.
Out in the
Throw a
backyard.
ball in the backyard. No, I don't know anything about the XFL.
Oh, really? Okay, so I
haven't
thought
paid
you would know
attention.
of all people.
I haven't paid attention to any of it. I said, as much as I even don't even follow basketball, I saw Zion's first game,
I did.
and
A little chunky monkey there.
a little chunky, but
At the end, he turned it on.
He can. Okay, maybe he is what everybody says he is.
I think you mentioned this before. We just need to let him do his thing. Let him play. And I did watch that game intermittently, going back and forth, because we had Seton Hall, Knicks, and that game was on all at the same time Thursday. By the way, Seton Hall 7-0 in Big East.
Yeah, they're like what?
10th,
12th? Okay, they're in top
10th
10?
in the country.
Okay.
Yeah,
they rebounded.
They
rebounded after that slow start they had.
They are solid, man. They are just playing solid basketball. They beat Providence. Everyone had a good game. Well, see, the good part about them now is that when Miles is not having a good game, Miles Powell didn't score. When he's not having a good game, everyone else has a good game.
That's something. A lot of times, something happens when like your stud is gone.
Yeah.
And now everybody has to contribute, and when you're playing them, you don't know. You almost don't know how to play them.
Yeah. Well, this is true.
Because now everything is like equally distributed, and you can, if you're Seton Hall, you're probably playing this. Okay, well let's see. Well, this dude's got a hot hand, so let's run some stuff for him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, now they're kind of like on to him. Well, we can go somewhere, and it's not. It's like not in the book. It's like not in the book. You haven't scouted that.
Well, the big prowess to their success is the 7'2" Romero Gill, 7'4", whatever he is.
Jesus.
He's a monster. He's in the paint. He's crafty. He's got his footwork down. He's getting so much better and comfortable in the paint. And I don't know how how it just happened now, because he wasn't playing like that last year, for whatever reason. But he looks so comfortable with the ball, and it's like, dude, you got a 7-footer in there. Throw it up.
Yeah.
Let him chunk it down. That's it. You're sending two guys at him, biting his kneecaps.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna get.
Biting his kneecap.
But if he's strong and he goes in there, that's where they've been progressed. And then they got another 7-footer when he's tired or he gets in foul trouble. He's not as good, but if he's playing if he's watching the game in game time, real speed, he'll get that good when this guy graduates or goes on. So
it's interesting because I think the league is now, and we might be seeing this in college a little bit more too, but the league is now ready for that. Like, I don't think they would know what to do with an agile big man.
yeah,
And I think the game has gotten so small and the game has gotten so perimeter wise that if you had yourself an agile big man, that all of a sudden you've introduced a dynamic that really nobody is like, because we've gotten away from that.
yeah.
Like around the time when we were younger, like you had to have a big man.
Yeah.
Where's your 7-footer? Where's your 6'10"? Where's your big bruiser in the middle?
Yeah.
And we've gotten away from that. But now if you bring that dude back in and make him a little bit more agile, and if he's got good footwork and stuff like that, all of a sudden he's like indefensible.
I saw on the Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson All the Smoke podcast. You ever see those guys?
No.
It's good, pretty good.
All the smoke. That's
Yeah, it's called All the
interesting.
Smoke. Yeah, meaning
Do they smoke when they?
yeah, they do.
Dog.
Every once in a while.
I know Steven Jackson is a
And
smoker. He looks like a dude that smokes all the time.
Well, they say it like we want all the smoke, like we want all the drama,
Right.
like we want all, and they talk about how they do, have had. But interesting point that Matt Barnes brings up. He says, "Look, you got the league, meaning now that he's out and retired. He's saying, look, you guys spent hundreds of $1,000s giving us opioids, medicine, and stuff to get better, and we saying, hey man, let us just smoke our shit, and we're fine. Like we can recover from this. Like we don't need that drug, but those are good drugs. This is bad drug. Comes from the earth. That's their biggest gripe.
Yeah.
The problem I have with them doing it now, because they do interview current players, and they're like, you still smoke? And it's like, dude, you can't blow the guy up. I can't answer you.
I can't answer you. Well, baseball did that. Baseball took marijuana off the drug list.
Good. It should be like alcohol.
The drug list, and
it should be like
they're not
alcohol.
going to test for it. Now, what they'll probably do, you probably have to like create some kind of protocol to basically say, hey, look, can you not smoke
24 hours before a game,
right?
or
Something like that.
Well, like
Or-
MTA does, like with drinking, right? You can it's legal. You can have a cocktail, but you can't have a cocktail 10 hours before your shift.
Okay.
10 or 12, something like that. So they'll probably come up with something.
something like that. But they took it off the list. So if you tested for marijuana, then you're good.
Well, bus drivers in Colorado, right? It's legal. Same thing. You can smoke. You can get high at night and go to work in the morning.
Right.
Right. So there's
There's
like
a window.
You said, a dichotomy that allows.
There's a window we'd
yeah.
like you to right exactly.
Yeah, and that's the way it's.
Well, we can do the thing with marijuana that we do with alcohol. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying alcohol is any
It's probably far worse.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
it's worse.
It is because it's accessible.
I think it's
accessible, and nobody refuses you if you have.
Right.
And we talked about this a couple times. It's somehow acceptable if you're having a drink, as
Yes.
opposed to if you're smoking a joint or
Yes.
sniffing lines.
Yeah.
If you see somebody with a freaking thing on the railroad drinking, you think nothing of it. But if you see a guy smoking,
Yeah.
you think something different.
It's true.
But if you want to make laws about it, make the same laws that you have about alcohol. Say, hey, look, we want you to chill. We don't want you to do it out here. We like
Right.
you to go to certain places where it's okay.
I would only comment on like smoking because the only thing is it infringes upon other people. Your drinking doesn't bother me. Your
Yes.
smoke bothers me.
Well,
That's the only difference to me.
that's what I'm saying is we have to be careful about how, because there's certain now with cigarette smoke you can't smoke outside. in
No,
certain
you
places,
can't
like
smoke in front of
in public
stores. You
places.
can't, right. You can't smoke in parks. You
Yeah.
can't smoke in.
Which I think is a little bit of an overreach, but I get it.
Yeah.
I understand why. I think it's an overreach, but I understand why.
Yeah, it is. Outside is outside. You
Right.
know, it's
right outside
Yeah,
exactly.
it should be not in a covered space. Maybe
Right.
maybe that's this is a covered thing, and it shouldn't be I got you. It should be, hey buddy, keep it moving. You know, that's what it should be.
Remember the times when you could smoke inside, and there was like a smoking section.
Yeah.
And there was a
Well, just think of it, the restaurant. You could go
Yeah.
to a restaurant and go smoking or non-smoking.
Yes.
Sit in the back is a big fucking cloud. Everybody.
yeah, exactly.
And you see it, you smell it anyway.
But you used to be able to do it on the train. You used to be able to do it on the plane.
On a plane with the fucking
Yeah, I remember that. I used to have the
little ashtray in there.
yeah.
That fucking.
And it's not like 2 rows in front of you, which is non-smoking.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. It's all the whole fucking cabin's gonna be
All in the cabin. It's all smoking and
That's
and
messes.
what? How my times have changed.
I know they have changed.
Yeah.
can't
So
smoke.
so yeah, Zion is
Zion looks good.
He looks heavy. I could see him leaner, but if he can carry it, then
Game
go with
shape,
it.
it's like
Yeah.
he's got to play.
He's got to play. He's got to keep playing.
He's got to play. He's got to get pushed around a little bit. To the
I
point.
like that Alvin Gentry said, "Hey, take it easy, big fella. Like
Right.
We need you for the rest of the season, not just today's game."
Well, according to that wasn't Alvin Gentry. That was
No?
the medical staff.
Oh, okay.
That said, hey, he's only playing X amount of minutes.
Right.
And because at the press conference he said, "Well, you think I'm stupid? So we were about to win this game,
Right.
Hey, you think I don't know basketball?
Right.
Yes, I would have kept him in.
Hey.
Uh-oh, are we done? Are we dead? Are we dying? Oh my God! Two Bros Podcast.
As we continue on to bring you, yeah, sorry about the break. But yeah, we're gonna go see Just Mercy, with Jamie Foxx and
Okay.
Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
Looks like a good movie. What else? Bad Boys for Life is out. Not interested.
No.
No, you don't like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, no. Let me say I'm just not interested.
Okay.
The first Bad Boys was like, I don't know why this is like an iconic movie. Now maybe because of the people involved in it. Maybe Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because of
I think it's 20 years later. Like
Yeah.
watching them come together and put it back together like a Humpty Dumpty kind of thing. Like, hey, let's see how their
Yeah.
careers have gone way, sideways. I've liked their interviews talking about how, what show was hotter, Fresh Prince or Martin? Like, did you guys know each other then, like at the stream of your careers? Like,
Yeah.
did you, how were you thinking about it?
What show was better, Fresh Prince or Martin? I personally preferred Martin. Yes.
Yeah, Martin
I
was
thought
better.
Martin was a better show.
I didn't like Fresh Prince. It was
Fresh Prince was all right.
It was okay. It was that the goofy kid go to the white
Yeah.
neighborhood and
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like an advanced Different Strokes to me. Like it was.
An advanced Different Strokes.
Yeah, like
Different Strokes.
it was like that vein to
Different
me. It was in that
Strokes.
goofy comedy, rich people mixed with poor people, kind of, and then a little more turned up. Like he had a lot of fun things going on there. I mean,
You know what I saw yesterday?
tell me.
I came upon this channel that shows nothing but old sitcoms and stuff.
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
watching Bunny Miller.
Oh, it's a great one.
And I was enjoying myself. I must have watched like 3 episodes straight. It
that's
was great.
fun. Wojciechowicz.
And then I caught all these guys,
Yeah.
and it was great. And I noticed 2 things.
They never left the station.
They never left. And you had blacks, Latinos, and everybody was there, but nobody mentioned it.
Yeah,
And it was never. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute.
yeah. How did we do this?
Exactly.
How did we go wrong here?
You mean this was not an issue
Yeah.
in 19? And it was 1975.
I know.
I saw the thing and I said 1975. That's over 40. That's 45 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
So it was no big deal.
No. Nope.
The Spanish guy spoke a little Spanish.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, look, we Polacks don't understand blah blah," blah. And nobody batted an eye about it.
No.
So what the fuck is our problem now?
I don't know. I think people just dissected that and went crazy. Now you got to remember, Bunny Miller. You had Abe Vigoda, who I went to camp with his children. Wojciechowicz, Polish, a Polak.
Yeah.
You had a black guy and a mustache. What's his name?
It was Ron Glass. I can't
Ron
remember his
Glass,
name,
yeah,
but Ron
Ron-
Glass was the actor.
You had Julio,
Yes.
the Spanish guy. You had every
Yeah,
culture.
the
in
Asian
there.
guy, who couldn't make coffee,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
who was slow as shit, who just
Oh, the guy who was that.
right.
He was Hawaiian or something like.
But maybe yes,
Don
you might
Ho
be
or
right.
something like that.
I don't know, but
What's
he,
that?
he might have been Hawaiian. I don't know.
He was always had that.
Had a fly leather jacket too.
Oh yeah, I love.
Said this, and you look at the clothes, like, oh man, that's nice.
dope,
That's
No, Wojciechowicz always had like that big woolly fur.
yes,
He always had like a nice fur.
like a bomber type
Yeah.
thing and whatnot.
Wojciechowicz.
Yeah. No, that was it, and it was fun.
That's
and it
very
was,
interesting to look at it like that.
And it was
innocent.
And it was kind of, we were like making statements on society, but kind of not taking it too, like we were saying like this is how things are,
Yeah.
but at the same time it's not fucking Armageddon.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna get through this,
Yeah.
but this is kind of like how the status of what shit is now.
Well, which begs the question, in your words, is that's why you need satire, right?
Yes.
You need it. You need it to have you need stereotypes. You
Yes.
need these little funky innuendos that
Yes.
make people think about these things. Whether you act on them and pursue them and prosecute on it, that's a different thing.
Well, there's a whole right.
Oh, you Mexican, you steal. You know you have a knife, don't you?
We're not willing, for some reason, we've gotten to this point where we're not willing to admit that there's. We only want to see things in black and white.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
not willing to admit that there's a ton of fucking gray in the middle.
Yeah.
To which, whatever your black and white opinion is, well, it kind of like doesn't fall into that. So
Yeah.
you kind of have to make an adjustment, and you kind of have to accept certain things.
No, it's important because there's this level of Ari Spears said it one way, and then Leslie Jones. I just watched her comedy special, which I didn't think she was that funny. She's decent. She can hold the tone. You know, she can hold the note, and she could do an hour special, which is not hard to. I mean, not easy to do. You know, run a whole hour special. But she mentioned something. She said, when did you fucking 20-year-olds, like, she was like, when I was 20, I could give a shit who's the president. I didn't care. Like, I was being a 20-year-old. You guys are fucking involved in politics. You guys are involved in change, and you want things, and you didn't even do shit yet. You didn't live anything yet, and you guys want to change the world now, like at 20? Wait till you're fucking 40 to try to figure that shit out. Just go get a job and be a part of it.
There's a guy named, you probably heard, Dan Pena. Dan Pena?
Yes.
The multi-billionaire, this is whatever.
Oh yeah,
and he said he stopped doing. Well, not that he stopped. People stopped asking him to come to speeches and stuff like that because he's a very authoritative and he's very unapologetic about his opinion. And so he said he was going to this one college, and the college suggested that he said, "Hey, look, it might get a little rough here." He says you might want to arrange for your own security. He said, "Okay." Right. So he shows up with a cricket bat. right? He shows up with a cricket bat, and he starts giving this thing, and he shows his cricket bat, and he says, I brought this cricket bat because they said I needed to have security, and they said you guys were a tough crowd. And he said he looked at the crowd, and and the crowd, it just looked like they didn't understand what he was talking about.
Right.
And so he started
we're
asking,
rough.
he asked, he said, let me ask you guys a question. So how many of y'all have been in a fight?
Yeah.
When's the last time you guys been in a fight?
Right.
And he says maybe like 1%
Yeah. It's
people
nobody.
like raise their hand.
Yeah.
And he says, how many of y'all like have been like physically disciplined by your parents? And he said pretty much the same 1%.
Proportion. Right. Yeah. No one's.
He said, that's your fucking problem.
Right. Right.
None of you understand that I'm going to hit you with this should you decide that you're going to think you're a badass. I'm going to decapitate you, and all I need to do is hit a couple of you motherfuckers, and the rest of you guys are going to back up.
Yeah.
None of you guys want to fight, but all of you motherfuckers want to change the world.
Want to rant,
You
yeah.
can't take care of yourself,
Right.
but you want to tell me how I should run shit.
Right.
And according to him, he was saying that's the fucking problem. The problem is you all of a sudden think that you know better than everybody else, but basically you don't even know how to fucking take care of yourself.
Pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much. Yeah. That's the, that's the bad part of all of this. I get it. I mean, social change and computers changed everything. You know, everyone has this opinion and everyone's got a voice, but it's just not the same. Like you have, I guess. It's just microwave. It's Jiffy popcorn. It's instant.
Yeah.
You turn it on. I want it now. Now. Give me. I need it. I want change.
Popcorn now.
I want change now.
I want change now.
I want change now.
I want change now.
And change comes from evolution and evolving and trial and error and figuring things out.
There is an interesting book. It was a great book, actually. It's called Enlightenment Now. It's by a Harvard professor. His name is Steven Pinker.
Ooh, Steven Pinker.
I highly recommend this book. But one of the things that he says is that, as things change, he says when things change well and they change for the better, he says the bad part about that is it sort of erases what it took to get there.
Yeah.
You forget
The plight.
and you forget how bad shit was, maybe a century ago.
This is true.
And then you're at a point now where you think, okay, well, this is perfection. Well, then shouldn't everything be perfect? And how come everything isn't perfect?
Yeah.
No, you don't realize how long it took us to get to this point where we could enjoy the things that we're enjoying.
Yeah. No, you can go no further than imagine standing at a bus stop and counting fucking change and coins. And does anyone have change?
Yeah, yeah.
Remember how fucked up that is? It's fucked up.
Well, you didn't have change.
Hey, you change for $1? You go up and down the aisle. Everybody's this fucking
People still
guy.
do that.
I know, but I'm saying it's like, come on, man. It's like, swipe the fucking card.
We've gotten past that. Or the simple fact that you when the bus is coming.
Yeah,
You can go on your phone and look in the app. Say, the bus will be here in 6 minutes.
yeah. And that's not enough.
No, it's not.
It
It said 6 minutes, and 7.5 minutes later, this fucking thing shows up.
My.
The weatherman said it was supposed to snow at 2. It's 6:30 when it started snowing.
Wow.
These motherfuckers don't know what they're
got it all
talking
mixed
about.
up. It's a shame, but we'll figure it out one way. We'll get through this.
Yes, we will.
We will get through this.
We absolutely will get through this.
You're making something for Super Bowl next week. What are you making? You're making something. You asked about native to what? Kansas City or San Francisco?
Kansas City, and I asked what was native to San Francisco. The only thing I could think of was rice-a-roni. And somebody...
The San Francisco
That's
treat.
the only thing I could think of. And somebody pointed out like sourdough. Like apparently sourdough.
Really?
Yeah, sourdough is
Native?
I don't know about native,
San
but
Franciscan?
it's distinctive to San Francisco. Yeah, because I want to make. Usually on Super Bowl, I try to make something that's like conducive of, both areas. When
Okay. So you're gonna
when
make
Philly
a
and New
what's
England
Kansas? What's Kansas City?
barbecue.
Barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue. So I might do some ribs and baked beans.
They
So
rub.
ribs,
That's a rub. Huh?
baked beans. Well, their
Kansas City rub.
sauce is they have a very tomatoey, molassesy sauce, as opposed to the Carolina sauce, which is more like a vinegar-based type thing.
Pickly.
And in Texas, it's more like it's more your rubs,
More smoked dry rub.
with smokes and
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I might do that. I
Texas
might do that. What are you doing for Super Bowl?
Don't know. It's been tossed around. Everyone's kind of like, oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? And I'm kind of like, I'm kind of bah humbug. Like I just, don't want to be bothered. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. My wife's birthday is the 4th, so
Right.
if I'm gonna spend a bunch of money, I'm gonna
You better hold on to that money.
hold
so
on
that
to
you
it and
can-
just go do something with her. Kill two birds with a stone,
Right.
you know. But I just, again, I hate I hate when everyone corrals for ideas, and if I don't do my end, it fucks up the event. You know, I don't want to be the cog.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the guy that the champion. Last year we had it here. I invited everybody over. We came. We watched it here. We played some games. We had a bunch of shit going on, and after I was just exhausted. It was like fuck.
Sometimes the effort in entertaining is
I love it. I love
it's
home
great,
entertaining.
but sometimes you just want to like you want that without what comes with it,
Yeah.
which is preparing and breaking down.
Well, yeah, I don't listen. I have a great friendship and following. Everyone does their part. They clean up. They take garbage. Some people even take garbage home. They was like, "Oh, I'll put this in my can. Don't worry." You
Ooh,
know,
that's great.
Yeah, that's great. But it's just you never get to rest. Like you never. I'm always
you're never done.
Yeah, when I'm entertaining, I'm constantly. Oh, you got that. You get this. And I nibble on everything. And I don't. Sometimes I don't mind just showing up and enjoying being a customer too.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So this year, I think I'll just be a customer.
That's
Somewhere.
good.
Yeah. You know, the two teams, the game will go on.
Yeah, the game. I've always been a fan of the game.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan,
Fan
of
of the
anybody.
team.
The only time I'm probably going to go rah rah is if the Jets ever get into the Super Bowl. Maybe then I'll get like rah rah.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
maybe
very possible.
I'll wear green shit and whatever. And you know, who knows?
Who knows? Might be. Soon come.
It soon come.
It soon come.
It
I
soon
know
come.
what is gonna come is Two Bros Podcast episode 91.
Dot.
I gotta go.
Okay.
So, peace, party people. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for hanging out.
We need your ideas for episode 100. Please, if you have any ideas, send us some ideas, thoughts, comments, or concerns.
You can do it on our Instagram. You can do it on our
Twitter,
Twitter. You can do it on our email.
Facebook.
You can do it on the bottom of this.
You
podcast.
could do it on the YouTube channel.
Just don't throw rocks at our windows.
Peace.
Yeah, that's what they said.